I'll call the meeting to order. Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm may sound. Everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you've reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles. With that out of the way, you've had the minutes of last month's meeting in your packet. Any corrections or additions? We have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. This way of reminder, I think you have a memo on your desk in front of you, statement of disclosure form required by the state. You should have gotten either a letter or an email. If you'll go onto the website and fill out, but all of us have to complete those statement of disclosures. Got any questions on it? Call Marlene. Anybody here wish to speak to items? It's time for public input on items on the agenda. Anyone wish to speak to items on the agenda? There being none, public input on items on the agenda is closed, and we'll proceed to site plans. Roger?
The first site plan, is that the order we have? Oh, the first one you have is
Montvale Road.
Montvale Road, okay. This site plan is for the expansion of an existing non-conforming use at 2844 Montvale Road. The property is identified on tax map 80, parcel 142, and is zoned commercial. The use is a shop area for the Blount excavating. This use was established on this parcel prior to the effective date of our zoning regulations. The site plan is for an addition of a 230 by 70 structure and a 120 by 80 structure. These structures will be over the existing footprint of the old structure and part of the existing parking lot. The existing structure was an old schoolhouse, most of which will be removed. The 230 by 70 structure will be used for the shop area and for the maintenance of equipment, and the 120 by 80 structure will be used for storage of supplies and equipment. The site plan does indicate that all building setback requirements will be met. The proposed structures will not increase the impervious surface of this property. They will be built over the footprint of the existing building and the parking area, which is a very compact rock surface.
Anything else, Roger?
That's all I've got.
Any questions or comments? Mr. Hedrick?
I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries with Commissioner Allen abstaining. Roger, site plan for TAC Aerospace.
This site plan is for the addition to the existing structure located at 5005 Highway 411 South. The property is identified on tax map 100, parcel 22.04, and is zoned RAC. The structure was originally built in 2007 as an expansion of an existing use. At that time, the existing use was a storage facility that offered enclosed storage, covered shed storage, and parking lots for RVs and boats, or boats and RVs. The property was rezoned from R1 to RAC, and this particular structure was divided off on a 1.5 acre tract, and the use was changed to a car lot in 2010. In 2010, the car lot was closed and the use was changed to part sales and technical support business, and is the current use, which is TAC Aerospace. I don't know if it's TAC or just TAC, but they sell parts for helicopters. The proposed structure is a 40 by 60 addition to the south end of the building. This addition will be located on an existing compacted stone surface and will not increase the impervious surface. The addition will take up some parking but will not create a parking issue due to the low traffic nature of this business. All building setback requirements will be met. The applicant hasn't provided elevation views of this proposed structure, and they do incorporate some of the design requirements, some of our design requirements. The owner would like to build this structure as it is shown on the elevation view in order to match the existing structure. The front elevation would be required to extend the brick facade 4 feet higher on the building and 36 square feet of glass, and add an awning to bring it up to our requirements. The 2 3 by 6 windows would achieve the 36 square feet of glass. The side wall planes will need to incorporate the requirements found in section 7.15C2 to bring them up to standards. No additional outdoor lighting is proposed.
Any questions or comments? Commissioner McCollum?
Just a question, in that right elevation, you got a larger door in the back when you only got a building separation of a few feet. Is that just coming into a large door on the other existing building or something?
Yeah, right here.
That was done?
Is that going to be under the roof, or is that open between those two? Okay.
Motion to approve.
That's a motion to approve subject to,
Have a question?
well, we'll get the questions. We have a motion and a second.
I'm just curious, it says
Go ahead.
2 3 by 6 windows would achieve 36 square foot, but it doesn't show them in the
That's
elevation
correct.
drawings. Are they going to be on the front of the building? I don't see any glass there anywhere. I was just curious.
There's not. He's proposing this to match what's built out there. The structure that's built out there now, it's not solid metal, but it matches this design, and he's wanting to build it. It was built prior to our design requirements being implemented, and he's just wanting to match that structure with this addition.
But the new addition will require that. That's if it was not drawn, it'll be.
Is this not the drawing of the new addition?
Yeah, but the drawing reflects what he's got planned to build, and I just highlighted the shortcomings that it shows.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, we have a motion and a second to approve site plan for TAC Aerospace. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Samuel's View by Bob Heron off of Old Niles Ferry Road and Murphy Road. John?
Yeah. Since this is a kind of a straightforward plat, I let Doug take off this afternoon. I didn't want to require him to come in this evening after he took off on vacation time. So I'll handle this. It's pretty straightforward. It has come to you before as a 5-lot subdivision. The owner says he's got a buyer for what used to be 2 lots, which would be lot 4. So it's coming in as a 4-lot subdivision at this time. A 4-lot subdivision doesn't require extensive engineering. I've notified the owner that if it comes in with the further division of Lot 4, that it would require some engineering for drainage. So if that comes in at a future date, we will have to take care of the drainage at that time. I have a little concern that the water's concentrating down at one point next to an existing subdivision, but 4 lots does not trip over the engineering requirement. Other than that, it meets all the requirements. The 1-lot plat from previous time shows a restriction on placement of a driveway at the intersection. That is retained on this subdivision plat. It meets all the regulations. The final plat, as I understand it, is in process of getting ready for signatures. Some of the information has been given to Gary Ferguson. That's probably going to be the longest haul in getting approvals. So we're coming in for both preliminary and final on a minor subdivision tonight.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the plat signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. John, long range.
Nothing on long range other than I'm contacting the 2 members that still have some training requirements left, and I'm sure that they will be able to get things done before the end of the year. At least I'll ride them till the 30th, and if it's not done on the 30th, then that's just the way it is. Other than that, nothing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We are adjourned. See you next month.